Imagine stepping into a home where every detail whispers comfort, history, and love. Today, we're bringing you a dreamy design journey, a transformation that honors nostalgia while embracing comfort. This is Granny's Cottage Haven: soft pastels, vintage charm, a splash of English countryside flair, and plenty of personal touches. Granny Chic isn't outdated, it's timeless. It revives heritage textiles, florals, ruffles, and heirlooms in a fresh, cozy way. It's where memories meet modern comfort. From embroidered cushions to antique teacups, this style curates warmth and charm in every corner, creating a heartfelt home grounded in the past, but made for today. The entryway sets the tone for the entire home. A soft sage-painted console table, a floral rug, and vintage hooks for cardigans and straw hats create a charming first impression. Add a fresh bouquet in a chipped china vase, and you've welcomed guests with the simple poetry of grace and age. The living room in Granny's Haven is layered with textures, crocheted throws, hand-stitched pillows, and well-worn armchairs in faded toile patterns. Soft lighting from antique table lamps warms the space, creating a room where one can sip tea, read a novel, or simply drift into a daydream. Toile de Joey is essential to the cottagecore aesthetic. Choose it in muted hues like dusty rose or duck egg blue for wallpaper, drapes, or accent upholstery. It tells a visual story, rural scenes, lovers under trees, that perfectly aligns with the home's narrative of tenderness and tradition. From faded rosebud wallpapers to hand-painted plates and embroidered linens, florals are foundational. They bring a sense of perpetual spring. A floral slipcover here, a patchwork quilt there, these accents inject delicate, nature-inspired joy that feels both curated and unforced. Granny's home doesn't buy new, she collects and restores. A clawfoot tea table, a spindleback rocker, a floral upholstered ottoman, they each come with history. Mixing these well-loved pieces with newer cushions or paint colors keeps the aesthetic fresh while honoring the charm of generations past. In this dreamy cottage, the kitchen isn't just for cooking, it's a sanctuary of scent, sound, and soul. Cream cabinets, brass fixtures, lace curtains, and open shelves filled with mismatched china and jam jars make this room feel like a warm embrace from a simpler era. Blue and white porcelain, delicate teacups, etched glasses, each item is both practical and poetic. Display them proudly on open shelves. This is where utilitarian becomes beautiful, where every meal is a ritual, and every plate is a piece of Granny's story. Decor isn't just visual, it's sensory. Fill the cottage with the comforting smells of lavender sachets, simmering apple pie, or freshly baked scones. Fragrance enhances the nostalgic experience and deepens the emotional resonance of the home. This bedroom doesn't just encourage sleep, it invites you to dream. Think iron bed frames, eyelet-trimmed linens, patchwork quilts, and stacks of novels on a bedside table. Add soft lighting and layers of texture to create a cocoon of calm, perfect for slow mornings and early nights. Fabric brings softness and story. Gingham pillowcases, ruffled bed skirts, and ticking striped curtains carry vintage flair without overwhelming the space. Keep the palette soft, pale pinks, dusty blues, and buttercream yellows so the overall atmosphere feels like a warm lullaby. Even closets deserve a little love. Line the interiors with floral wallpaper, add a lace curtain in place of a door, and display vintage hats or handbags on wall hooks. A lavender sachet in each drawer continues the cottage scent journey through even the smallest spaces. The cottage bathroom is all about tranquility. A clawfoot tub, vintage vanity mirror, and porcelain sink on wrought iron legs set the tone. Add toile wallpaper, soft towels tied in ribbon, and a delicate soap dish for a space that's equal parts clean and comforting. Granny's cottage is never disconnected from nature. Let the outdoors in with large paned windows dressed in sheer curtains. Arrange fresh-cut flowers from the garden in recycled jars. Even a view of the climbing roses outside can make the indoors feel expansive and alive. Every dreamy cottage needs a corner for reflection. Choose a window seat or a quiet alcove and fill it with books, a soft throw, and a comfy chair. Whether reading letters or novels, the Nook becomes a quiet space to unplug and unwind. No space feels truly nostalgic without items passed down through generations. A grandfather clock, needlepoint art, or a silver-framed family photo elevates the design with layers of emotion. These treasures aren't just decor, they're connections to love and legacy. Don't be afraid to mix and match. Stripes, florals, and checks can all coexist peacefully if kept in the same color family. The trick is layering textures and prints in a way that feels collected, not chaotic, just like Granny might have done over the years. Color is crucial. Stick to a palette that soothes, faded mauves, pale greens, soft peaches, and creams. These hues make every room feel bathed in early morning light, calm and welcoming, perfect for nurturing both creativity and calm. Chips in a teacup, scuffs on a wooden floor, a slightly crooked frame, these imperfections tell a story. In Granny's haven, perfection is not the goal. Character, personality, and authenticity win every time. It's these details that make the home truly soulful. Set the stage for everyday rituals. A tea table dressed in lace, stacked with dainty plates, floral cups, and a proper teapot transforms tea time into a ceremony. Add a tiered tray of biscuits and jam, and you've curated a pause in the day worth savoring. Hang-framed embroidery, vintage postcards, botanical prints, or even an antique mirror. Wall art doesn't have to be expensive, it just needs to be meaningful. Opt for art that sparks joy, conversation, or simply adds a touch of handmade grace to the space. Layers aren't just for fashion. Stack rugs, pile pillows, and drape extra throws over sofas. Use baskets for magazines, quilts, or knitting supplies. These tactile additions bring warmth and comfort while visually grounding each room in lived-in elegance. Think warm, ambient lighting, lamps with fabric shades, fairy lights, and candles. Avoid harsh overhead fixtures. Opt for light sources that mimic candlelight, bringing a gentle glow that flatters skin tones and fabric patterns alike. Granny's cottage is a place of creation. Set aside space for knitting, letter writing, or flower pressing. A vintage writing desk or small table near a window can become a sanctuary for creative pursuits, an essential part of the cottagecore spirit. Don't overlook the power of the porch. Add a rocking chair, some climbing ivy, and a cozy throw for chilly mornings. This outdoor extension of the home becomes a favorite spot for watching birds, greeting neighbors, or simply sipping tea with a breeze. Incorporate natural elements wherever possible. Wooden beams, dried lavender bunches, pinecone garlands, and stoneware vases root the home in the earth. They bring the natural rhythms of the outside world into every room, creating harmony and balance. Even the cottage pets deserve a corner of their own. A vintage basket with a soft cushion, a hand-knit blanket, or a repurposed dresser drawer can become a pet's haven that blends seamlessly with the rest of the design while embracing every member of the family. With each season, refresh the space subtly. In spring, add fresh tulips and pastel linens. Autumn might invite plaid throws and cinnamon candles. These rotating elements keep the home feeling alive and adaptive, just like nature itself. At the heart of Granny's dreamy cottage haven is memory. Every piece, every corner, every carefully curated vignette carries sentiment. This isn't just a space, it's a life lovingly displayed. Tea, toile, and tenderness come together to build not just a house, but a true home.